Well, we're finally at the end, and I can think of no better way to end this marathon than with R.L. Stine's most famous series. Ah, Goosebumps. Just a fun series to watch. Yeah, it could be cheesy, sure it was cheap at points, and parts of it are ridiculously dated, but there was a real imagination and creativity to it. It was less a horror series and more a kids' adventure series, similar to something like The Visit or Monster Squad, just aimed at a younger demographic. So this series, despite being all about the spooky, only had 3 Halloween episodes. But given that this is the last one I'm covering, we have to make it special. We're doing the most famous one, which also happens to be the very first episode, The Haunted Mask. This was, of course, the first episode I ever watched, and it freaked me out. So, does it hold up 25 years later? Let's find out. This is The Haunted Mask. We start with the scariest face we've seen this month, R.L. Stine himself.
I'm R.L. Stine. I write the Goosebumps books. The Haunted Mask is a frightening Halloween story about a girl named Carly Beth. The horror begins when Carly Beth puts on the evil haunted mask.
As opposed to the super generous not evil haunted mask.
And it ends when she discovers there is nothing more powerful than the love of her family and friends.
Spoiler alert! The story begins with young Carly Beth and her friend Sabrina finding a novelty mask shop as they find it creepy.
Come on, let's go. Carly Beth.
Who gives their kid 2 first names? So I actually have read the book, unlike the other 2 Goosebumps reviews I've done. Although it was a long time ago, but as far as I can remember, this is a very faithful adaptation. Besides switching a few things around and adding or taking out a few small details, there's not really much different. So Carly Beth is a scaredy cat, easily frightened by Sabrina and the 2 bullies, Chuck and Steve. Although to be fair, I would freak out if I saw these things.
Carly Beth, you should have seen your face.
No offense guys, but shouldn't you be bullying other boys? Girls do a good enough job bullying each other.
They're sickos, you know that. Last summer, they put that dead octopus on me. They're always pulling stuff like that.
It was a mean and stupid joke.
They don't do this to anyone else but me.
Don't take it personally, Carly Beth. They're just doing it because they like you. Oh, wait, you're all 11 years old? Okay, then they don't have an excuse. I mean, okay, that excuse is stupid and lame, but still. The acting is some of the better this series had. I especially think Catherine Short is great as Sabrina. She was good enough that she later got a lead role in Night in Terror Tower. Carly Beth goes home and her mom shows her an art project she made.
Check it out.
Mom, it's me.
That's fucking horrifying.
Why do you want something that looks like me?
I made something that looks like you, silly, because I love you. Why else would I make it?
We later find out she has a brother, so take with that what you will. She also made a duck costume for Carly Beth to wear, but she wants to be something scary.
I want to be scary this time.
Yeah, are we sure that's not the evil haunted mask? More fake scares from her shitbag little brother, Noah. And the next day at school, the 2 bullies continue trying to scare her by putting a worm in her sandwich. Bit of trivia, they originally wanted to use a rubber worm, but Carly Beth's actress, Catherine Long, insisted on using a live one. I wish I had half the balls this teenage girl did. So she freaks out, obviously. That's not even easily scaring someone. No one wants to eat a fucking worm except the kid from this book. This scene is legit heartbreaking. Everyone starts laughing at her and she's so upset that she goes home and rips up her duck costume while crying.
Stupid thing.
I was never really bullied that much, but for the times I was, this episode really gets down how sad and angry it can make you. It is genuinely heartbreaking. She gets some money and goes to the mask shop she saw earlier to get something scary. Much like the movie I reviewed, I Don't Think About It, I love the set design here.
What are you doing here? Who are you?
Well, he's clearly trustworthy. Unfortunately, Chewbacca Harry Potter isn't scary enough, but she finds several really scary masks in the back room. Unfortunately, they aren't for sale.
Why not?
They're too frightening.
But that's perfect. I need a really scary mask.
Listen, kid, these are actual human faces I skinned. Get out!
What is your name?
Okay, this guy is taking on a whole different style of creepy. Please keep your hands off of her. She ends up taking the one on the left, don't worry, she pays for it, and while at first questioning what she's doing, the store closes. Given what we see later, this guy's just a dick. He could have easily caught her. She gets home and puts it on.
Wow.
I was really young at the time, so I don't know. Did they make masks of that thing? Because it is legit scary. Oh, look at that. The pesty little brother is a spider. Get it? But she does succeed in scaring him. It takes a little effort to get it off, though.
That was great. You're really freaked out.
How'd you change your voice like that? That was the scariest part.
I don't know. But I like it.
Given what we've seen happen to this poor girl, I'm actually rooting for her. It gets you on her side, even when she takes the plastic bust her mom made as part of her costume. As we've mentioned before, dogs can sense the paranormal.
You're not Chuck and Steve. But if you were, I'd make you real sorry.
Alright, now I'm legit feeling uneasy. Sabrina's a cat because she's really uncreative. And I say that as someone who just put on an orange shirt and a wool hat and called it a costume.
So where are they? Where's Chuck and Steve?
You really want to scare them tonight, don't you?
More than anything else in the world. Come on, let's go.
I love how into it she's gotten. Again, I saw her go through hell. I want her to scare them. Unfortunately, the mask seems to be doing things to Carly Beth, getting really aggravated when Sabrina starts asking questions. And eventually it leads to a full-on fight. But when we get to part 2, we find out she was just pretending.
What are you doing? Gotcha.
Also nice of that bus to not break when she dropped it on the ground. Gonna cause some real issues in Haunted Mask 2. She scares some more kids.
You better watch what you say to me if you know it's good for you.
Listen, don't frighten her like that.
You don't start talking. You'll get what's coming to you, too.
You tell your sick little friend that I'm gonna call the police.
Okay, Karen. Police, this girl scared my kids. Hello? Carly Beth runs away and makes it to the cemetery where Chuck and Steve are, dressed as pirates. Now that takes me back to Halloween in 5th grade. Can I just say I love the look of this episode, the lighting, the production design. This is what I want Halloween to look like. The music helps too. Long is really good in this role. She had to play scared, innocent Carly Beth and the evil monster. She does scare them, and it is pretty satisfying. The mask is fucking creepy. It actually looks like it's sweating, but something unexpected happens.
Sorry, Carly Beth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry again.
Help me.
Talked.
And that night, all 3 of those kids realize that the paranormal exists. Having succeeded in scaring the bully, she buries the bust in the cemetery and heads back to Sabrina's. Unfortunately, she's having trouble taking the mask off. Anyone who's ever worn a Halloween mask that was just a little too tight knows how terrifying that can be. And she does sound really scared.
Oh. What's the matter? There's no bottom to this mask. There's no line in between the mask and your skin. There's no place I can reach my hand in.
And this is when the episode goes from creepy to legit scary. It taps into that fear of being stuck as something you're not forever, and no one can help you. She heads to the mask shop and finds the shopkeeper. Unfortunately, he can't remove it since it's not actually a mask, but a face. You see, this guy wasn't a fan of his face, so he tried to make a new one, but they all turned ugly and he had to turn them into masks.
I call them the unloved ones.
Because being ugly means you can never be loved.
Carly Beth, I'm sorry. But this face is your face now.
No.
So, how will she eat? Does it create a mouth? Also, Mr. Shopkeeper might have wanted to burn those things the second you got them off if you really thought they were evil. He does, however, know of one way to get it off, with a symbol of love, which we already knew since Stein spoiled that at the beginning.
You'll awaken them.
What's happening? What are they doing?
okay, it is a cheap effect, but the music, the voices, and the atmosphere they're unsettling. Thankfully, Carly Beth has an idea. She runs to the graveyard where she buried the bust, as that's the symbol of love she needs.
This is Carly Beth. I am Carly Beth. This is me.
It works, and she's able to take the mask off. Drat! I've been foiled by the power of love! She heads home, and after a really weird scene with Noah, she hugs her mom, letting her know she loves her. But she left the mask alone with a bratty younger sibling, and you know what that means.
Trick or treat.
Don't worry, he'll be fine. Remember, he only put it on once. Burn that thing!
Now that wasn't too scary, was it? Let's ask my family. Mom? Dad? What did you think?
Are they dead?
I think they liked it. I hope you did too. Have a scary day, everyone.
This episode is fan-freaking-tastic. Not only one of the best episodes of Goosebumps, but one of the creepiest episodes of any family show I have ever seen. The child actors are way better than most, the direction is great, it looks great, and it manages to tap into the fear of being a kid. Not only that, it manages to tackle things like bullying in a very realistic way. As a Halloween episode, you can't get much better than this. The atmosphere is so freaking good, everything about it screams Halloween. The lighting, the production design, the costumes, the decorations, the story itself being centered around a mask that she can't get off. There are plenty of great episodes of Goosebumps to watch around Halloween, including the sequel episode The Haunted Mask 2, but this one I try to make time to watch every year. It gets me in the Halloween mood like few other episodes do. I give the episode a 9 out of 10, but the Halloween factor gets a solid 10. If you haven't seen this episode yet, this is absolutely one to check out before we hit November. And we are done, and honestly, I am so glad. I mean, this was fun, but my god, I am exhausted. What the hell was that? Oh, shit, no. Oh, shit!
Hey, get up! You can't defeat me. You can't stop me.
What do you want?
I want you to stop.
What?
I want you to quit. Hey, what are you...
Motherfucker! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Get on there. Happy Halloween.